Right now, state Republican lawmakers prepare to gather at the Capitol aiming to overturn a series of vetoes by Governor Tony Evers. Also, a mystery solved. We now know the name of the man whose skeletal remains were found in a Madison record store chimney some 35 years ago. And we're following a change by the United Methodist Church as it repeals a series of anti-LGBTQ plus policies. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Lawmakers will return to the state capitol tomorrow. It is a rare late spring session. The Senate is expected to convene tomorrow morning with the goal of overturning a series of vetoes from Governor Tony Evers. Among the bills lawmakers want back on the table are funds to mitigate PFAS and some assistance for northern Wisconsin hospitals.
We're going to act on this tomorrow, and it'll be up, and we'll have to see how things go on the floor tomorrow. And I can't control the Assembly, obviously, and so, but the Senate, we do have the supermajority, and we're going to override the vetoes tomorrow.
And Republicans do have enough votes in the Senate to override those vetoes without any Democratic support. Also at the Capitol, the Wisconsin Supreme Court considering whether or not to overturn a controversial law that bans the use of absentee ballot drop boxes in Wisconsin. At issue is whether or not the court should overturn its July 2022 ruling when the court had a conservative majority. That ruling said nothing in state law allowed for absentee drop boxes to be placed anywhere other than election clerks' offices. Now the liberal majority court is asking if they simply made the wrong choice back then.
What if we just got it wrong? What if we made a mistake? Are we now supposed to just perpetuate that mistake into the future?
Attorneys on the Republican-backed side of the court argue that there have been no changes in the facts or the law to warrant overturning the ruling that is now less than 2 years old. But Democrats believe the court was wrong and should overturn its previous ruling. Well, next tonight, a live look from our Queen Bee radio sky cam over Platteville tonight. A cloudy start to the work week, but it's quiet across southern Wisconsin, and it looks like it'll be that way for the next couple of days with the only storm possibilities for later in the week. And let's get a look at our first one forecast. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington on the weather patio. Alex?
Hey, Eric. Good evening, everybody. Yeah, shower and thunderstorm chance on the dwindle for this evening going on into the overnight. And cooler weather is on the way, and more storm chances are on the way as well. Radar 3000, nothing really across Dane County. We have had some on and off rain showers today, but most of those have been dwindling throughout the afternoon hours. In fact, out here in the patio, I can see just a little bit of sunshine trying to peek through. A couple thunderstorms south of the Wisconsin-Illinois border over towards Belvedere and just south of Kenosha. And our future track radar keeping most of that shower and storm activity really hugging areas south and east of Janesville over towards Milwaukee tonight. Still can't rule out an isolated shower or storm tonight, but the threat is low and we're not expecting widespread activity. Air quality, though, that's another part of our weather story. At least for this evening until 11 o'clock, we have an air quality advisory for Madison and points off towards the north and towards the west for Canadian wildfire smoke that's infiltrating and making its way to the south into southern Wisconsin. That's where you see that yellow plume up north and west of Richland Center up towards Juneau and Adams counties. And it stays generally up to the north over the course of the next couple of days, trying to make it back down here into the later Tuesday night and Wednesday time frame. Coming up in Maine weather, though, with our cool down day, we're going to be tracking a chance of frost. Who stands that best chance? I have the answer in a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. Now turning to brand new information in a mysterious case that has been almost 35 years in the making. Our Maddie Heimsch is here with the latest in the case of Chimney Doe. Maddie?
Eric, we now know that victim in the case is Ronnie Joe Kirk, but he's been known as Chimney Doe since his remains were found in the chimney of a local Madison music shop in September of 1989. More than 3 decades after his death, modern DNA technology is giving us a look into who Kirk was. This plastered bust has been the face of the chimney victim until now. It took the team at the DNA Doe Project more than 2 years to develop a DNA profile from hair found in the chimney. That profile was eventually used for genealogy investigation.
Genealogy began in August of 2022. It would take about 6 months of genealogy work to identify Ronnie Joe Kirk. All of the genealogy work was able to shed light on Ronnie's origins and pave the way for some closure in Madison's longstanding mystery.
That long process of identifying Kirk behind them, the Madison Police Department is now trying to piece together the victim's life. We know he was born in 1942, adopted and raised by family members in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Kirk was married and divorced twice and did have children. Kirk's remains were found alongside a paisley dress, a shag sweater, an iron cross necklace, and pointed shoes. The clothing has led to several theories about the man's identity. We'll have more on those theories and today's new findings right here on News 3 Now at 6.
Certainly an unusual case. Maddie, thank you. Well, new tonight at 5, a 48-year-old Madison man is in jail after an incident at Library Mall over the weekend. Just after 7 Saturday night, UW police were called to the area for a report of a battery. A victim told investigators that a man physically assaulted a speaker during a peaceful demonstration. The suspect reportedly was yelling at the group before punching one person in the back of the head, then struck another person in the face. Both victims declined medical treatment. The suspect faces tentative charges of battery and disorderly conduct. They are not affiliated with UW-Madison. A man is in the hospital tonight. One person facing attempted homicide charges after a shooting near Rindall Park on Madison's east side. All we know about the man's condition is that the injuries are serious. Just before 9:30 last night, Madison PD received multiple reports of gunshots in the area of 1818 Portage Road. When they arrived, officers found a man with gunshot wounds. They gave him life-saving treatment while waiting for an EMS. Officers took 2 people into custody, and this morning police released one of the people, arrested the other. MPD says the gathering was taking place at the park. At the time of the shooting, it does not appear to be random. Earlier this month, the United Methodist Church voted to end its ban on LGBTQ clergy. In the weeks since, News 3 Now's Kyle Pozorski has been digging into the policy change, finding out how it's bringing members back into the church.
It was a monumentous decision by the United Methodist Church to allow LGBTQ clergy into the church. I spoke with Madison pastor Julie Wilson here at Bethany on Mineral Point Road to talk about what it means for her members.
I don't know if they would have come back.
Wilson told me Monday a feeling of uncertainty surrounded her parish members in anticipation for the vote.
I think we had a lot of members who were waiting
for the General Conference to remove the ban on LGBT clergy. The vote turned out in a lopsided win for those looking for a reversal, 692 to 51. Wilson told me it was the right decision.
We got to say the church caught up to where we've been for a long time.
And she's not alone. Steve Starkey of Outreach and Eastside LGBT Community Center tells me of the roughly 500 Madison churches, only about 10% are open and affirming, saying the move is mostly welcomed.
This is a positive step, but kind of a small one.
He says there is, however, more they could have done, like removing church wording saying homosexuality is, quote, incompatible with Christian teaching.
I think that is the next step that they're going to take. And I just see this as a positive move forward.
Wilson went on to tell me that in the days immediately following the decision from the church, she actually had several members coming up to her, giving her hugs and praise over the decision, saying they finally feel like the church is for everyone. Reporting on Madison's west side, Kyle Pozorski, News 3 Now.
Last month, former Wisconsin Congressman Mike Gallagher resigned from his position, leaving many to wonder what his next move would be and if that would or wouldn't involve politics. Well, now we know what his plans are. Gallagher is expected to serve as senior strategic advisor for Titletown Tech. That's a venture capital firm formed under the partnership between the Packers and Microsoft, a move that is the second big announcement concerning Microsoft in Wisconsin in the past 4 days. Last week, President Biden announced an endorsement of $3.3 billion for an artificial intelligence data center plan for Racine County. Looking ahead now at 5, Vice President Kamala Harris will be returning to the Badger State on Thursday. She'll be in Milwaukee as part of her nationwide economic opportunity tour, planning to highlight investments made by the Biden administration to boost the economy, such as student loan debt forgiveness and support for education. This marks her 4th visit to Wisconsin this year. La Crosse last month, Madison back in March, and she made a stop in Waukesha in January. Tonight, News 3 Now's Call for Action team is taking action against an insurance company overcharging at least one woman due to a system error. She tried for months to get someone on the phone, and when she couldn't, Call for Action stepped in. Our Catherine Merck joins us in studio to show us what happened here. Catherine?
In this Call for Action, I spoke to Meredith Christensen nearly 4 months into her back-and-forth battle over insurance payments. This came after Dean Health merged with Medica back in January. She pays for insurance in this way because she's self-employed. The price tag that came with the merger was way more than most people could be comfortable with.
Out-of-pocket expenses have been $15,000. We have spent that much in health insurance just out of pocket with a $9,000 maximum. That's a lot of money to have just out of the blue that you're not budgeting for. You know what your out-of-pocket maximum is, but to exceed it by that much, that's a huge expense.
She says the company gave her this letter recognizing the issue and that they would be working proactively to fix it, but she didn't get any answers. I was able to get a response from Medica and found out how many customers were impacted. The full story airs tonight at 6, part of our Call for Action week.
All right, Catherine, thank you. We will continue to bring you Call for Action stories every day this week. They're all leading up to our News 3 Now Call for Action telethon. That is on Thursday. Our volunteers will be on standby to take your calls and get your stories. And we'll make sure to tune in this Thursday. Watch it all happen live, 4 to 6:30 p.m. Again, that is set for Thursday night. Just ahead, Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington rejoins us with a complete look at your first warn forecast. And once again, Canadian wildfires are impacting our air quality here in Wisconsin. A closer look at those effects next at 5. And on Wall Street, the Dow starts the week in red, down 81 1/3. The NASDAQ adds 47. The S&P loses 1 1/4. We'll be right back.
An 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Shop Menards' large selection of appliances. We have the lowest prices and the widest variety. Ready to take home today. This Whirlpool 5-cycle dishwasher has an adjustable second rack for extra room. On sale for $738. Or get this Whirlpool French door refrigerator with a 30-inch width, allowing it to fit in more places. On sale for $1898. Plus, get an 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Broadway at Overture Center. See the best of Broadway. Subscribe at overture.org.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For Imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Last year, our daughter blessed our family with this cute little nugget. We're supposed to leave our next generation better off, but because Washington politicians have spent our money recklessly, he starts out owing hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt. It's wrong. The spending needs to stop. Unlike career politicians who drive us deeper into debt, I'll fight for him and for your children to have a better future. I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
The Green Tag sales event is on now at Sloan Implements. Get your John Deere 835R Gator with 3.9% for 84 months. That's just $339 per month.
Power up with Sloan's. Think Sloan's first.
Spring is here! The grass is getting green and the flowers are blooming. And along with that comes the rain. Hi, Andrew Larson here from Larson Home Services. When's the last time someone inspected your roof, giving you the peace of mind that your roof was good to go for another year? At Larson Home Services, we'll give you a free 16-point inspection letting you know the true condition of your roof. Remember, when you think roofing, think Larson, Wisconsin's best roofing experience.
After nearly 35 years, a Madison cold case is finally heating up. We reveal the identity of a man found inside a chimney and what police now know. Plus, how the United Methodist Church is changing its law for the LGBTQ+ community. That's tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
News 3 Now, winner of 27 awards of excellence from the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association, including News Operation of the Year and Station of the Year.
We'll continue to strive for excellence every day to bring you the area's best local news coverage. News 3 Now.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Welcome back. Wildfires are burning yet again across Canada, impacting air quality all the way down here in the Badger State. Jalen Banks joins us live now from Elver Park on Madison's west side to tell us how we might be feeling these effects. Jalen?
Eric, for a year now, those Canadian wildfires have burned on and off, so much so that it's impacted the air quality here in our state. And speaking to an expert today, they tell me that this is becoming a constant issue for us here.
Last year, wildfires ravaged parts of Canada, sending smoke across the border to the U.S., impacting our visibility and air quality.
This issue in particular is new for many states, including Wisconsin.
And this is something kind of new. I've lived here for 30 years and until last summer, never had a summer like that where we had the air quality warnings.
As to why we are seeing such large fires and air problems, it comes from changes in our climate.
What's that we're having now are because the wildfires in Canada are so large and they're being driven by the warming climate that we have, that the smoke particles are going up in the atmosphere and then coming down and being driven by the winds into Wisconsin and other parts of the country.
And there is a chance these fires and air quality issues may stay around for the foreseeable future.
I think we are going to see more of this as time goes on because the climate warming that's underway is giving the weather conditions that are really conducive to these big fires, like a size and an intensity all at the same time. That's not typical of what's happened over the past thousands of years.
In the meantime, there's still ways to stay safe.
And I think when we have summers like that or a week like that, we're still going to have to sort of stay indoors and mask up a bit and avoid being out in strenuous physical activity. And people that may have some health issues of concern, we really have to be sensitive to the medical consequences of that.
Now, Dane County, a majority of the News 3 viewing area is under an air quality advisory until midnight tonight. For now, reporting live at Elver Park, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
All right, Jalen, thank you. And that's exactly what chief meteorologist Alex Harrington is looking at right now. Alex?
Yes, indeed, Eric. Air quality advisories, just as Jalen was mentioning, until midnight on your Wednesday morning. That's all these gray counties from areas from Platteville to Mineral Point to Madison and points off towards the north and west for that wildfire smoke that's blowing in. It's being what we call advected, meaning it's moving in from northwest to southeast on those winds, high up in the sky, which we call the jet stream. Now, the good stuff here, 67 in Madison right now, calm conditions. Don't mind the bugs out here. They are feeding our resident spider at our Edgewater Sky Cam, but this is the time of year for them to get out and get going too. Radar 3000 not showing anything really across southern Wisconsin. We had a couple of showers earlier today. One lone shower way to the southwest over towards Dubuque. A little bit more persistent shower and thunderstorm activity trying to move up towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and that's where it's going to likely stay according to our future track model. We'll look at that in just a moment. Current temperatures out there today, 67 in Madison, 70 in Janesville. A little warmer to the north and west up towards Camp Douglas, where they were able to break in to just a little bit of sunshine, where we had more persistent clouds and the showers. Temperatures stayed in the 60s. Those showers, isolated storms, south Madison and points south to the Wisconsin-Illinois border will end overnight. We'll all have a cool Tuesday, relatively speaking. Temperatures will be near normal, but it'll feel cool compared to the 80s that we just experienced on your Mother's Day. And then the mild weather returns as we head towards Wednesday. Amounts of water, very sparse. You'd be lucky to get a quarter to maybe a half inch, with the best chances, again, eyeing up Janesville over towards Walworth County and over towards just south of Milwaukee near Kenosha, where that little persistent line of showers and storms, which is being picked up pretty nicely here in future track, will hug the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and then that just fizzles out the rest of southern Wisconsin, an isolated shower and storm chance. We'll start off in the mid-40s to right around 50 degrees for your Tuesday morning. If we can get that sun to come out, we'll do an optimistic 65 in Madison. A little warmer to the north, where there's a better chance of having the sunny conditions that I mentioned, the frost possibilities here as we head towards Wednesday morning, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Temperatures getting into that critical upper 30s to right around 40-degree area, that zone north of Madison, and that could be just enough to promote some patchy frost as we go Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. After we get past that little brief cool down Tuesday and Wednesday, we warm right back up. Not shocking here, folks, here, not alive. Saturday and Sunday, temperatures in the lower 80s with more shower and thunderstorm chances Thursday night going into Friday, and then again Sunday night going into Monday. The timing of those weather systems, the front coming through at the nighttime, should help to limit the severe weather threat or the strong storm threat with those weather systems, as it looks like right now. All right, a little bit of traffic time here eastbound, 57 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour eastbound, where you have that 12 to 39 exchange, but over overall pretty good here across Dane County at the Beltline. Northbound and southbound near Janesville at 70 miles per hour. That's what we would expect. And we have a carbon copy up towards the Dells at 70 miles per hour. Eric, all those showers have since really dwindled across southern Wisconsin, so you're probably not going to need the windshield wipers too much in southern Wisconsin this evening.
Yeah, I like those warmer temps on the horizon as well, Alex. Thank you. That means it's construction season, of course. And here's a traffic alert for you to be aware of. East Doty at West Wilson. Those streets are closed tonight. MG&E is doing some work in preparation of the Doty and Wisconsin Street Reconstruction Project. Doty will be limited to one lane of travel until August 16th. Drivers will be limited to one eastbound lane from MLK Jr. Boulevard to King Street until then. Next at 5, will artificial intelligence soon be able to detect depression through your smartphone? That story just ahead.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Ride a chip. Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your home renewal with 2-for-1 windows and no interest for 1 year. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
We've been everywhere. We've coated patios, pool decks, basements, hospitals, warehouses, machine sheds, restaurants, retail stores, showrooms, locker rooms. We've been everywhere. Driveways, walkways, man caves, churches, schools, airports, hotels, and garages. If it's concrete, TSR will coat it.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
Green Tag Savings Time is on now at Sloan Implement. Get your John Deere Z530R with 4.9% for 60 months. That's as low as $93 per month.
Power up with Sloan's.
Think Sloan's first.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Welcome back. New smartphone apps with artificial intelligence may soon be able to detect users' mental health issues. Researchers say tracking daily physical and social behaviors catches things a weekly or monthly therapy visit might miss. Dr. Nicholas Jacobson co-created the app Mood Capture. It's part of a recent Dartmouth study. Users have selfies taken from their phone while answering questions about their mood. The AI model was 75% accurate in detecting depression signals.
Really,
the purpose of it is not to just monitor folks continuously in a big brother way. It's to try to actually put power back into their hands using data that's really from their daily lives and informs their mental health needs.
The study collected more than 125,000 images from 177 participants. Researchers want to improve the app's security by ensuring those photos never leave the phone. Last year, 29% of Americans said in a Gallup survey they've been diagnosed with depression at some point in their life. There's a big race underway to develop artificial intelligence products that will impact consumers all around the world. But as the AI competition heats up, there are also potential unintended global consequences. Skylar Henry has more details from the White House.
At an open AI conference in San Francisco Monday, the technology company announced a significant update to its ChatGPT product.
You're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome.
GPT 4.0 now includes the ability to interact with live speech. The artificial intelligence actually listens to the audio instead of transcribing the speech first, which cuts down response time.
Ah, I see it now.
The new version also utilizes images to help problem solve.
So ChatGPT, this is what I ended up with. How does this look?
Spot on.
Google is expected to announce its own AI developments Tuesday, and Apple has an event scheduled for June. The race isn't just to be first with the tech, but to become dominant. And to do that, the companies need to know how to protect consumers from potential AI abuses.
Our team has been hard at work figuring out how to build in mitigations against misuse. We continue to work with different stakeholders out there, from government, media, entertainment, all industries.
Beyond the competition among AI developers, China and the U.S. are facing off in their own global competition to implement artificial intelligence. The U.S. and China will hold talks Tuesday on how the two countries can work together to safely deploy AI technologies.
Keeping lines of communication open on the risks of the technologies that are transforming our world is an important part of competing responsibly.
Part of the tech arms race includes developing computer chips capable of carrying out AI functions. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Back in 2022, Congress passed and President Biden signed into law a bill authorizing $280 billion to lure chip manufacturers back to the U.S. We'll have a final check of your First Warn forecast after a short break.
Everyone's vision needs are unique. At Shopko Optical, our caring team of professionals will work with you to ensure your vision is at its best. Shopko Optical can help you experience every detail, color, and breathtaking sight in clarity.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. When it's time to get out and cultivate your ideal yard, we get you the right products at the right prices. Like 36-pound bags of Estate Weed and Feed, $34.99. $200 off this Milwaukee Impact Wrench and Grease Gun Kit. This Massimo T-Boss UTV, $600 off. All new Aaron's brand zero-turn mowers. Plus, leave the heavy lifting to us. Buy online and pick up your items in our convenient drive-thru in just 1 hour. Only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Trust your feet to Morgan's shoes.
Finn Comfort footwear is handmade from the finest of natural products, leather-lined and expertly crafted, made with great care to ensure a first-class product that Finn Comfort is known for. Finn Comfort, meticulously handcrafted in Germany and loaded with arch support. You can be assured that Morgan shoes will properly fit you in your new Finn Comfort shoes.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan Shoes.
Morgan Shoes, Hilldale.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too. And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
It's Empire Today's biggest sale, the 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off padding and materials, and 50% off installation.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today,
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the Madison area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you. Learn more at olsonsolarenergy.com or give us a call.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see. Don't need glasses. See us for your contacts and save on your annual supply.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, a star witness in Donald Trump's criminal trial, Michael Cohen, takes the stand. His long-awaited testimony revealing new details about Trump's role in the so-called hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, plus the secret tape jurors heard today. That and more tonight on the CBS Evening News.
I'm Maddie Heimsch. Coming up at 6, more on the identity of Chimney Doe, the victim of a Madison homicide that's been a cold case for over 3 decades.
Tonight, News 3's Call for Action team is taking action against an insurance company overcharging at least one woman due to a system error. I'll show you how our team was able to get some answers and find out how many people were impacted.
A big decision made by the United Methodist Church, now allowing LGBTQ clergy. I'm Kyle Pazorski at a church on Madison's west side with a reaction from a pastor tonight at 6.
And Alex rejoins us. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, pretty quiet overnight tonight. Just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm, although air quality advisories are in effect for areas from Madison and points off towards the north and west, at least till midnight. Wouldn't be surprised to see this wildfire smoke kind of infiltrate and come back down here on Tuesday, going on into Wednesday. That shower and storm chance should hug areas towards the Wisconsin-Illinois border, with most of southern Wisconsin staying dry overnight tonight, and temperatures starting off in the mid-40s tomorrow morning.
All right, Alex, thank you. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. Stay tuned now for the CBS Evening News.